Hello and welcome to the NBL1 Show for another week. Great to have your company as we dive in amid your KO Game of the Week to everything that is happening around our great competition. My name's Joel Peterson alongside National Finals MVP Beck Cole. Good to be with you again, Beck.
Good to be with you, JP. I can't wait to dive into today's episode.
There's always plenty happening. We had a little bit of a quieter weekend over Easter, but still some fascinating games, some great performances, and none more transcendent, none more incendiary than that of Elijah Pepper out west, who is red hot. He is blowing the Scoville scale up at the moment. 50 in game one, 51 in game two, a lazy 48 in his third game of the year, Beck.
I love that he's just balling out and playing so well that Pepper has created his own segment on the NBL1 Show. And honestly, he is the spice that Warwick need, and he's definitely the ingredient to their success. Dad joke 101 there for you.
I like it. I like it. You've done well. We'll get some. Hopefully, if we check in with him, you can roll some more of those out throughout the course of the season. We'll plant the seed for that later on in the year. But Elijah Pepper averaging 49.5 points a game. He's shooting the three at 49%. He's shooting the 59% from the field. He's doing all kinds of good things at the moment. So worth a shout out right off the top. There's plenty of other good stuff happening. It's time for Did You See That? This is where we like to spotlight a couple of highlight plays from the course of the week. One that slipped under our gaze last week because we had so many good plays was a buzzer beater from Southern Tigers, Tara Dodman, with this absolute beauty. This is unconventional, Beck, which is what I like about it.
It really is. It's your 4/5 man. No other option. Takes it upon herself for the long two runner off the bank. Good job, Tigers, and what a game winner.
Yeah, absolutely. It ticks a few boxes in the unconventional category, that one, so that is one that we really like. A little bit more conventional, but nonetheless stylish, was this from Sydney Wright in our NBL1 Central edition of the top plays as well. Just takes the rebound, races up the floor. Third bucket of the game from Central District. Thank you very much, with the floatiest floater that ever did float.
It was just so unbelievably pretty. She read it to a T. The defence, they went back and clogged the key. And honestly, that was the floatiest floater that we've seen all season.
So from the finesse of Sydney Wright to the downright bruisery of Owen Hulland from Forestville, this against Lat Mayan was just mean.
It was. I was watching this again on the socials and I said, this has got to be the strongest, tallest brick wall I've seen, and I wouldn't want to be going up against that. But what a big play from the big, strong man.
Absolutely. One thing we highlighted this time last week was the Mattel Challenge that's doing the round. Now, we haven't seen this. We must have been. We'll take you behind the curtain here. This has escaped our gaze over the last little while from our fantastic producers, so I'm intrigued to see what they've come up with here. We had Northwest Tassie do it last week. We need the big reveal here of what we've got this week, Beck. I can't be left in suspense much longer.
I'm nervous.
There you go.
Okay, we got my swimming goggles.
The swimming goggles.
Coming back from my injury,
Yep.
I became Ian Thorpe. Microphone, got to be. Dumbbells, we all
Beach
know I
weights.
love the gym. What's the last one?
Are they? I don't know. They look a little bit like sort of earpods or something like that. Just getting the tunes going when you're working out.
Not too sure what the last one is, but you know, for my life right now, it's pretty spot on.
I like it. I like it. And I think they didn't do me because they couldn't find enough interesting accessories to go with. So we'll stick with you. I like that. That's really good fun. So we can see more teams, and it's great to have teams having fun with stuff on social media. Let's head now to the Scout. I like to keep an eye each week on some players doing some good things, maybe some emerging names, maybe some established names across the course of the competition. There's so many good performances out west at the moment. Perry Lakes have got a young woman who's doing some really good things, Beck, in Alex Fowler. 27 and 10 at the weekend against Annalie Maley in the Perth Redbacks, and she's really putting on a strong start to her season.
She really is. She's only played 2 out of the 3 games with the Perry Lakes. She's averaging, like you said, the 22 points, 7 rebounds, and there's definitely more to come. She just played with the Townsville Fire, where she was a game changer for them. Definitely adds that versatility, depth to a team. Can play from a 2 to a 5, but can also defend that. So I think she's just growing in confidence. She also got a late call up to the latest Opals camp through some injuries. And then she must have done a great job because now she's been named in that Opal squad for that Trans-Tasman series where they versed New Zealand in May. So I really think bringing that championship experience, though, although Fire didn't win, having that grand final series, bringing that into Perry Lakes, she wants to be that main girl, and I cannot wait to see what she does this NBL1 season.
Playing with Sammy Whitcomb in the early part of the season for Perry Lakes, and it'll be really fascinating to see what she does off the back of the Opals call-up and what kind of confidence and rhythm that provides her game for the rest of the season.
Exactly. It's all about mentality as an athlete, and I think if you know you're working hard, you're putting in those hours, and then you see it come to fruition, you get that Opals camp call-up, oh, now I get to play with the Opal squad. It's so exciting. And again, NBL1 creates this platform where you can really uplift your skills and work on your talent, and then hopefully some goals and dreams that this younger generation have, now they're coming true.
Absolutely. Another name that is a really fascinating one and is certainly familiar to, well, fans of Australian sport more broadly than just basketball is Kobe McDowell-White, who's plying his trade with the Illawarra Hawks in the NBL1 East. Of course, the brother of Will, the son of Daryl, plenty of basketballing talent in this. He's top 5 for points, rebounds and assists. He's doing some really good things, and he didn't have too many opportunities at the NBL level, but coming back to the NBL1 under Matt Flynn, who was the assistant coach with the Hawks, he's getting more opportunity and making good with it.
He really is, and this is what I love. You go to the NBL where you're not getting those minutes, but you're really gaining that knowledge from the vets. You're learning every single day. You come back to the NBL1, this is your time to shine, really put in the work. And like you said, top 5 in points and assists, that is really impressive in the East. And I think he is just going to go on a great trajectory. And I can't wait to see again what he does, because Illawarra Hawks back to the NBL1, I'm sure he's excited.
Yeah, there's plenty of talent there and a career with plenty ahead of it, averaging 38 minutes a game through the first few games as well. So that's a heavy workload for Kobe McDowell-White. We're going to see much more of him throughout the course of the season. We mentioned we're loving seeing our teams have some fun on social media. The Ringwood Hawks in the NBL1 South are one of those. They had Jonathan Lawton mic'd up recently. Take a look.
Free ball. Lift points now, baby. Yeah, put it on green. That's all we need. That's all I'm trying to do is just convert people. It's a good place, right? To win and get dubs. I'm old. That's a crazy statement to have. He's acting out for the cameras. You think I can get a dunk today? If I would have made it, it would look cool. That's a nice ring you got there. Can I see that? That looks nice. Let me see that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to need one of those. Evil laugh, my boy. Evil laugh. I'm guarding Josh today. All right, I'm letting you know. We'll be talking to each other, but we're good. We're fine. It's friendly. It's friendly. Free ball. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Knock down. Woo! Knock down. Yep. Hey! He can't guard you. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. God damn! This is crazy. Oh, Josh. This guy hitting the nuts. Hey! Hey! Rose! Go, boy! Crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out. I'm not going to force it. Hey! Lift points now, baby. My bad, Tanner. He's tired, he's tired. Got a little excited.
It's about to be hammer time.
Try to take a picture of it. Give me over his leg. Over his leg. Let's go! Woo! Defense. I'm sorry. Free ball. Go! Hell yeah, team! Brick by brick. One team at a time. Come on.
This season's gonna be good.
First dub of the year. Josh. Love you, man. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Let's make it quick, because I want to go home. On this court, we got an hour and a half. Let's get to it, fellas.
Hawks on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh! All right, take it off. My nipples are hurt. Shout out to Glove. He said make sure he looks good. Can I get a shout out? Make sure y'all come to some Ringwood games.
I love it. I love it. The energy is impeccable from Jonathan Lawton. If you're going to be mic'd up, you've got to bring your best, and he absolutely did. How would you go mic'd up for a game? What do you think you'd offer?
I think I'd offer quite a lot. I think my personality is something that I really bring to the table.
So that sounds to me like an advertisement for the Waverley Falcons to get the microphone.
Let's go, give it to me.
I reckon this, okay, we're going to have another one of these coming up very soon. I can't wait to see that. Hey, one of the best stories in Australian basketball at the moment, we touched on Sarah Blitzarves last week and her return from injury. What about Tiana Mungakaya? Because this is absolutely extraordinary. We know her battle with health over such a long time, and her cancer treatment. Coming back to play probably wasn't something that was on her radar, but the ability to get involved with the NBL1 again, she's been coaching and this kind of thing, and now she's back pulling on the playing jersey, and this is something quite tremendous.
It really is. T is one of the most beautiful humans I've met in my basketball journey, and she didn't really think she could be battling breast cancer and also play basketball. And, you know, she's back home, she gets to put on that Spartans jersey, and I'm just super excited for her. She's such a ray of sunshine, such a massive fighter, and a big inspiration to so many people out there. But what I love even more is for the NBL1 community to be able to see T play again. She is a straight out baller, so I cannot wait to see what she produces. And also big shout out, she just turned 30, so happy birthday 30 and thriving T.
Absolutely, right in the prime of her life and doing some great things, and no doubt that's an inspiration to people who are going through tough times with their health as well. So Tiana, all the very best, and we look forward to seeing you continue success, not only with your health, but also on the court as well. Gee, that's going to be hard to beat as far as top stories this week go. It is time, though, for our Amy men's and women's top plays.
Again, Elliot Baker, he floats with the idea, he goes up the middle himself. Sir, thank you, sir. Joey! Out to 3. Yep. So O-boards at the end of this game, proving so important.
Pond out there so we can have Tupelo banging away on Nathan Pond with the battle of the big men. Oh, my goodness. Nice.
Junior.
Oh,
just
again.
Past everyone. Crazy.
Oh.
Round of that top Jared.
A problem, 2-on-1 now after the turnover. Kuback finds Brendan, who crushes the rim for 2.
The ring almost looks like it's bent from that force that he threw it down with. It just rose up. Good transition offense there.
This game. Machar throws it right in the hands of Duffelmeyer. 2-on-2 fast break. The lob. Wow. Duffelmeyer.
What a dunk. What a pass. What a finish. What a dunk.
Wow, just having a look at that replay. Perfect.
Kerridge has a look. That's what she does. Saunders goes up and puts it in. 2.8 seconds. That could be the game winner. Portis has to get it up. Good if it goes. It doesn't. Saunders, the hero.
She likes to put up the 3 ball. She's good at it. Good transition basket for Sandringham.
Bell gets aggressive all the way. Finishes through the contact.
Little spin move.
As we have a look at this replay, spins, hangs in the air, absorbs the contact.
Yeah, she replies and takes back those 3 points.
Oh, another lapse there. Too much space, and that panic foul at the last minute when your attacker gets past you. His footwork there.
Yeah, Forster too easy, and the defense just hoping.
So some great stuff as part of our top plays this week in men's and women's across the NBL1, and big thanks to Amy for their continued support of the NBL1 and our top plays as well. A story I really liked that came along recently, Beck, was out of Mount Gambier. The Pioneers has been a great program for a long time in the NBL1 South, the SCABL before that. And Richard Hill, the men's coach there, recently coached his 300th game. Now, if you want sort of a program that's been successful over a really long period of time, you don't need to look any further than Mount Gambier Pioneer Men's. And this is a 5-time conference title winning coach, a 3-time national championship winning coach. This team has been right at the pinnacle for such a long time. He is a big part of the reason why, and to coach 300 games is quite the milestone.
It really is. 300 games in any league is absolutely amazing. So, Richard, you should be so proud of yourself, because to do what you have for not only the club and the successful environment you have really created, and you're making players want to go to Mount Gambier, but just for the community in general. You've just really created a space where a community can come together, enjoy a game of basketball, and also his boys got him a win on his special day, so I'm sure it was an absolute day to remember. But big shout out. You should be super proud because 300 games, massive achievement.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you think about a community like Mount Gambier, so just over the border in South Australia, they play in sort of the NBL1 South, so in the Victorian competition, have been closely aligned with those teams over a long period of time. And basketball means a lot to that community, and this is a program that's been, enviable in its success over such a long period. And then you think of the players that he's had through the door and the players that have developed. The likes of Nick Marshall, Akecha Lear in recent seasons have gone on to NBL opportunities as well. So yes, they've had success, but then there's been a pathway for players to get the best out of themselves too. And we know that coaching plays a big role in any one of those pathways.
It really does. And the fact that a coach has stayed that long, I think it's a true testament to him as a person as well as a coach, what he can provide to the boys on and off the court as well as the club as a whole. So what a special occasion. Look at that picture. I feel like that says it all. It is very beautiful, and I'm sure there's more success to come in that Mount Gambier team.
Yeah, absolutely. Not the end of the road by any stretch for Richard Hill and the Mount Gambier Pioneers. That's us for this week here on the NBL1 Show. Thanks for your company, Beck. Looking forward to seeing you back out on the court and looking forward to seeing you mic'd up sometime soon.
Never say never. I can't wait, JP.
I'm not going to say never. I'm going to say almost certainly in the near future that is going to happen. Thanks for your company. Enjoy your KO Game of the Week.